bad. So guess why the toilet is clogged?
I've turned a corner emotionally, and it's just like, you know what? He had a chance, and he blew it.
I'm probably going to have this baby being married to someone else.
Yikes. Welcome back to Lunch Break. I'm Kelly Grant. Now, in a culture of the reality TV overshare, it's easy to forget that some things should be left unsaid. So what explains the impulse to divulge every single detail about our lives, and what can we do when we've gone too far? Joining us with answers is WSJ Bonds columnist Elizabeth Bernstein. She's in Miami. Elizabeth, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So now I think I've done this. I'm sure it sounds like you've done this. Everybody does this overshare, but it seems like it's actually more a product of stress and anxiety than anything else. Why is that?
Exactly. We all do it. Some people do it more than others, but it's a piece of something that psychologists call self-regulation. And what happens is when we're trying to make a good impression with somebody, maybe our boss, somebody new, a client, we use a lot of mental energy to do that, to be witty and interesting. And what happens is there's less emotional or less mental energy to censor ourselves. And so we tend to get nervous and start blabbing.
And you said that there are a couple of different types of people in terms of how you were raised that might be more prone to this than others. Tell us about that.
Exactly. So there's something called attachment style. We all have one. It's an evolutionary process. We years and years ago, we had to attach to our parents. We're so vulnerable, and people had to attach, hunters and gatherers, to survive. So we have these attachment systems, and some people have a secure attachment. They're fine. They get close to others. It's fine. Some people are very anxious, and these are the people who tend to blab. And when you're an anxious attachment style, you want to be close to people, but you're constantly second-guessing yourself and worried about your impression you're making.
And as you said, a lot of this is about trying to make that good impression. So should we be trying less hard? What do we do midway through our blab fest?
I think what we need to do is exactly what our moms probably taught us. You know, think before you open your mouth. And so maybe if you know you're going to meet with somebody you're trying to impress, you might want to think through what you're going to say and remind yourself not to start yammering on. But if you find yourself yammering on in the middle of it, you could stop yourself if you thought of that. And another thing is people want to know, do I go back and apologize? I think I looked like an idiot. Experts, therapists say don't apologize. It's usually just going to make it worse.
Really? Don't apologize? So what if we're not going to apologize, then what do we do to damage control here?
Just shut up. Just stop the blabbing and be quiet. Now, if you really think you made a terrible impression, or you really might have ruined something, or you shared somebody else's secret, then you might want to go back, and when you apologize, again, it should be very, very concise. You just want to say, I'm so sorry, I might have said too much, it's not like me, forgive me. That is it. But most of the time, the going back and worrying about your impression, the other person has moved on, and you're more self-conscious about it than they are, and you're just making it worse.
Well, I know I am going to be rethinking how I interact with everyone from here on out. Thank you for joining us.